Hey guys, I wanted to take a minute to actually give you some homework this week. And I know what you're thinking. I don't want to do any homework. But let me tell you a story, and then maybe by the time the story is over, you're going to want to do some homework. Pastor Corey did such a phenomenal job this week talking about forgiveness and how forgiveness is one of the ways we deal with the doubts that we have, especially the doubts we have because of pain that we've experienced. It's not always easy to ask for forgiveness or to give forgiveness, but man, what a difference it makes in the quality of our life, in the things running around in our heads, and the doubts that we're fighting with. And so he did a phenomenal job. If you missed it, go back and watch it. It's episode 4 of Doubting Your Doubts. And I know you'll be glad you go back and watch that if you missed it, because it was a powerful explanation of what happens when we forgive and when we are forgiven. But it got me thinking, and here's the story I wanted to share with you. Our care team has been calling through our entire church database over the last several months. And you can imagine it's a pretty big list of over several thousand families, 4,000 or 5,000 families that we have been connecting with and contacting simply to tell people that we care, that we're concerned about them, that we know the world has been a weird place over the last several months, and we want to check in and we want to be available. We want to pray with them. We want to help them meet any needs that we can meet. And in the process of doing this, one of the families that we contacted shared something with us that was not easy to hear, but they were not happy with our church. They felt like that the church had let them down. You see, prior to COVID, probably a year prior to COVID, they had gone through some very hard times, and they felt like our church was not there, was not supportive, and not helpful to them during this time, which honestly, that broke my heart. I hated to hear that, because I do not want that to be the story of our church. But the care team member that was talking with them was so patient and so understanding and so persistent in making sure they communicated that this family was important to us and that we loved them, that by the time the call was over, this family who had not come back and honestly kind of held some grudges against our church said that they were going to have to rethink everything and that they might be back soon. And it just dawned on me, when we express care, it opens the door to so many things. Forgiveness being one of them, but there's so many things that happen when we express care to someone else. And for some, it could be the thing that allows them to either give the forgiveness that needs to be given or receive the forgiveness that they need to hear. And so here's the homework I want to ask you to do, and I'm going to do it too. So maybe you could join me in this. In the next 7 days, I want you to contact 2 people. So not a lot, not a huge number, and they don't have to be strangers, okay? What I want to ask you to do is contact one person that you know from church that you haven't connected with in a while. Now, it could be because they're staying home for the virus, or maybe you stayed home because of the virus. Maybe they go to a different service than you, or maybe just for whatever reason, you haven't hooked up lately and you haven't connected with them. Would you reach out to them and just let them know you're thinking about them, that you want to pray for them, that you wanted to check in on them and see how they're doing, and just express that you care about them? Because it'll open incredible doors and it'll do great things in their life. And it's an amazing gift that you can give them. So the other person I want you to contact is not somebody from our church, but somebody in your life outside of our church. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a friend or a neighbor, or somebody that you have a relationship with that you haven't connected with in a while for whatever reason. And simply ask how they're doing. Let them know that they were on your mind, that you care about them, you care about your relationship, and you just wanted to check in because you hadn't had a chance to talk to them in a while. Again, it can open some incredible doors. So I know it sounds like homework, but it's really not. It's just a matter of caring for people. So this week, connect with somebody from church that you haven't seen in a while, and connect with somebody from your life outside of church that you haven't seen in a while, and just let them know that you care. It'll open some amazing doors. You'll probably have some pretty fantastic conversations. And who knows, God may use that in a powerful way in their life. It's a great way to join the care team for a week. So let's do this together and let's see what God does. Thanks. I'll be talking to you again soon.